Welcome back, my magical souls. Today we're stepping into one of the most mysterious and powerful objects in the wizarding world, Harry Potter's Invisibility Cloak. Now, at first glance, it may seem simple, a magical item that hides you from view. But what if this cloak isn't about disappearing at all? What if it's about learning to be seen by the right eyes? Your own. Because true magic doesn't just hide you from the world. It protects you while you face what's hidden within. Now, the Invisibility Cloak is one of the 3 Deathly Hallows, along with the Elder Wand and the Resurrection Stone. Together, they represent our relationship with power, grief, and acceptance. The wand seeks control. The stone clings to the past. But the cloak, well, it understands that life and death are part of the same mystery, and that sometimes wisdom means stepping into the shadows to listen. The one who accepts invisibility doesn't vanish. Rather, they evolve. They stop needing the world's validation and start building their own inner mastery. And that's why Harry's cloak is so important. He never used it for domination. He used it for protection, understanding, and truth. He hides, but only to see what others can't. And that's a sacred act of awareness. Now, let's take a moment and talk psychology. Carl Jung said that every person has its own shadow. A part of ourselves we deny, hide, and suppress. It holds our fear, anger, and jealousy. But also, it holds our creativity, intuition, and magic. The Invisibility Cloak symbolizes the safe container we need to explore that shadow. When Harry slips under the cloak, he's moving into his subconscious. He's confronting things unseen, like a dream traveler moving through the night of his own psyche. And that's shadow work at its finest. It's what allows us to see what hurts so we can heal it instead of projecting it onto others. And isn't that what Harry does? He doesn't hide to avoid the truth. He hides to discover it. That's what makes him the true master of death. Not power, not resurrection, but rather acceptance. Astrologically, the cloak vibrates at the energy of Neptune in the 12th house, the realm of the unseen, the spiritual, and the mysterious. The 12th house teaches us that solitude isn't isolation, but rather it's sacred introspection. And Neptune dissolves the boundaries between the self and the soul. When you put on the Invisibility Cloak, you're moving into a Neptunian space where your ego quiets and your essence becomes fluid and limitless. That's why spiritual protection, meditation, and retreats are so powerful. They cloak your energy, not to escape the world, but to commune with the divine. Harry receives the cloak from his father, a gift of ancestral protection. It's not just a magical object, it's a reminder that he's never alone. When he wears it, as if the love itself covers him, invisible but present, like the love of those who've passed on. James Potter's legacy literally shielded his son, and that's the essence of divine protection. When we walk unseen, yet completely held, and in the end, when Harry faces death, he doesn't hide underneath it. Rather, he walks forward openly, having mastered invisibility itself. Because once you face your shadow, you no longer need to conceal yourself. You become both the seen and the unseen. The cloak is no longer something you wear, but rather it's something who you become, who you truly are. We all have our own invisibility cloaks. Sometimes there are emotional walls, sometimes there are spiritual retreats, and even sometimes there are social media masks. The question is, are we hiding to avoid life or to understand it more deeply? There's a sacredness in retreat. When you go quiet, when you step back from the noise, you reclaim your energetic space. The key is using invisibility not as an escape, but as empowerment. Because disappearing for a while can actually help you reappear and discover your truest self. So, next time you feel unseen, remember, invisibility can be sacred, and it's not a punishment, but rather it's an invitation to explore the depths, to heal your shadows, and to trust that your magic doesn't need to be loud to be powerful. Because true mastery of the cloak, well, that's learned even in the unseen. You are never truly hidden. If you love this exploration, hit the like and subscribe and join me in the next episode where we'll dive deeper into yet another sacred symbol of magic, mythology, and discovery. And we're going to use Harry Potter all along the way.